What is your why? And having the lens of resilience to use intentional stress is the concept that I like to apply. It's I didn't know it when I talked about it, but voluntary discomfort, like from Rufus and others, just reapplied, repackaged. But I like the word intention and everything because when we're awake, a lot of us live pretty passively. We let our routines lead the way. We let our emotions lead the way. We let our reactions lead the way. I believe we're a culmination of our skills. So everything that we do, say, and think is derived from past experience, genetics, and other schemas that we've developed, or just the emotional mind and where it can go based on whatever's coming at us, stimulus and then a reaction. But if we're living consciously, if we're living with intention behind, first and foremost, knowing where we are and where we want to go, then we can apply ourselves more effectively. But stress, intentional stress, I like bringing that word in because as many words these days, and you've done a good job, like with burnout and other terms, they are primed for reframing. And stress has been, I know I grew up thinking stress was bad. If someone is experiencing too much stress, they're going to get sick, they're going to have a mental health disorder, and they're going to be in trouble. And while that is true, if you never recover from it, I wasn't looking at the other side. I wasn't even thinking about, no, of course, I'm playing football, I'm playing basketball, I'm doing all these things and intentionally working out to get better. I'm causing stress to make myself better. So stress, again, I want to say intentional stress, pursuing stress on purpose in a certain domain and allowing it to benefit yourself. That has been what I'm trying to get at with writing about resilience, apply it to my life, and then teaching others. So you'll see that term from me all the time and challenges that I write because I really want to use that frame to expand resilience outside of whatever domain somebody's pretty good in and where the real opportunities are, where they're not. My favorite intentional stress challenge that I always start with is what we've been talking about, self-reflection. Sitting back on knowing yourself. That is not easy. We are very lucky to have the opportunity to do that, to think about what is our purpose? How are we going to transcend our life, meaning, and all these things? You think of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. A lot of people operate on that foundation. They don't have time for questions. They are acting, they are surviving. And then naturally, they're actually going into stress and recovering and oftentimes more fulfilled, particularly when they're working in a tribe in the way that you write about ancestrally, how people have hunter gatherers and other civilizations that have worked well in that domain. But today's day and age, that's hard work. Knowing what am I doing well? Where am I coming up short? What are my weaknesses? What are my fears? And then thinking about how can I progressively and systematically build upon them. There's so much opportunity there. And why I'm a big fan of writing is because you can apply that. And when you get your thoughts onto paper, or as you've heard, my method is thumbs to phone, unfortunately, but anything objectively outside of your head in front of you to see what is in your mind, now we can start recreating our story and building upon it. I went off in multiple directions there.
No, no, your writing on resiliency is powerful shit. And I think the post yesterday in which your mom wrote some parables basically of your childhood, it almost made it sound like you were just naturally that way. And I wonder if that's the case or if you had some incidences that encouraged you to start to think this way from an early age.
It's a great question.